Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be going over one change that I used to increase views on one of my YouTube channels by almost 2000%. So you don't want to miss it. But before we get started, feel free to sign up for my free webinar training down below where I go over my 10 ways to go viral on YouTube. It's absolutely free and you've got nothing to lose. It also includes my $5,000 course guarantee. And on top of that, also feel free to join the Mastermind YouTube Cash Cow Facebook group. I'm always dropping knowledge there. We're quite active. I'm really starting to love the community that we're building. But with that being said, let's get started with the video. So here back in November 18, I have quite a few channels, and I was looking at one of my channels, and as you can see, it was making about $10 to $5 a day. And I haven't posted in a while on that channel, but as you can see, that channel in particular, it took off. So this channel, I'm co-owners with it with someone else. There's a couple managers on it. But the channel in particular, I started implementing changes on that channel on November 18th. You can see that I started posting. And these were the results about 10 days later, instantly. So that channel went from $10 a day to now it's at $200 a day. What did I do on that channel? Okay, so what did I do? That's the main question here. And this is the one change that I'm talking about that I recommend you doing. But I do want to go over some multiple scenarios in which you may be hypothesizing what I did in order to increase the channel by 2000% almost instantaneously. Well, over 10 days. And at the same time, I am going to be revealing what I exactly did and how you can implement it at the end of this video. So keep on watching. So number one, you may be thinking, did I just post more videos? So indeed I did, okay? I posted 5 more videos, but that's just to show that the channel is active. It was to prove that the channel was active. Those 5 videos were not the reason why the channel grew by 2000%, because those 5 videos actually ended up quote-unquote flopping. They only got a couple hundred views. It's been a while since I posted on the channel. So the 5 videos, none of them were the reason why the channel worked. Did I have someone community board shout out a video? So if you don't know what community board shoutouts are, they're when channels who have over, I think, 10,000 or 1,000 subscribers, they have access to their community board, and they can include links to other YouTube videos in there to shout them out, per se. So no, I did not have someone community board shout out any video. So here I'm going to put no. The first one I'm going to put no. Did I use one of my bigger channels to promote it? This I did not do as well. So if you watch a couple of my videos, you'll know that I run quite a few YouTube channels myself. Some of them are way bigger than this channel here. But no, I did not use any of my other channels to promote this channel. And the reason, one of the main reasons why I want to mention why I didn't promote it was because it's different niches. So a common mistake that people make is that just because they have a general, let's say, TikTok compilation channel, they start using that channel to shout out a random niche channel like in sports or something. I don't believe in cross promotions, especially when the niches are different. It's worth a shot if your niches are similar. So like a sports compilation channel shouting out a sports top 10 channel, that I would be more open to. But at the same time, I did not use a channel to promote it. So did a random video just randomly start to take off? I wouldn't call it random, but as you can see here, a video did start to take off. So, but it's going to be because of the change that I made, which I'm going to be going over shortly. So in summary, what did I actually do? I changed the thumbnail on a video that performed well in the algorithm. So let's say previously, before, all right? That's all I did. I changed a thumbnail on a video that previously before performed well in the algorithm. So let me elaborate more then, okay? So that's pretty much it. I just changed the thumbnail on a video that has gone viral before and was in the algorithm before. So this video in particular worked very well back in springtime, I think it was, back in June, May. And what I realized was that if that video worked well once, could it not work again? So this is that same video, and as you can see, it was slowly dying, but as soon as I changed the thumbnail out on the 18th, it took YouTube a while to kind of recognize, okay, this is a better thumbnail. Let's see if more people like it. And instantaneously, it hit 18,000 views in a single day. So here's my recommendation for you. use TubeBuddy, okay? I didn't just go in and change the thumbnail on YouTube Studio. I used TubeBuddy. So keep in mind that me changing a thumbnail out and kind of getting the video to pop off again into the algorithm, this isn't the first time that this has happened to me. So this is something that I've been doing consistently that a lot of people probably aren't doing, and this is my first time sharing it though. So I use TubeBuddy, and you do have to get TubeBuddy's Legend plan to split test the thumbnails, because what you don't want to do is that you don't want to a better performing thumbnail with a worse one. Sorry if my grammar is really off there, but what you don't want to do is that you don't want to replace a video's thumbnail and then your click-through rate ends up being worse. So that's what TubeBuddy's for. What it does is that every 24 hours it cycles between, okay, for 24 hours we're going to show this thumbnail, and then for the next 24 hours we're going to show this thumbnail, and it keeps alternating until statistical significance is reached, which is why I absolutely love TubeBuddy. It's an absolute essential tool no matter what niche you're in, whether you're filming videos or doing faceless videos. If you're not using TubeBuddy, this is my opinion, if you're not using TubeBuddy, you're likely behind in the game, because TubeBuddy is such a good tool just for the split testing of the thumbnails. I have probably over like 500 split tests across all my channels being set up by TubeBuddy. And the really cool thing is that TubeBuddy just automatically chooses the thumbnail that gets a better performing click-through rate based on the data. So TubeBuddy has revived so many videos for me and gotten them to go viral. I kid you not. Videos that went viral like a year ago or even earlier this year, because I split tested the thumbnails, YouTube can recognize when a video gets more clicks all of a sudden than another video. It's good at recognizing that. It's good at recognizing that sort of data. So imagine that you change out a thumbnail and all of a sudden the click-through rate shoots up like 3%. YouTube is going to recognize that. It's going to trigger a flag, a good flag on their eyes, and be like, oh, this video has a better click-through rate. Let's show it to more people. So that's exactly what happened here, in which, okay, click-through rate has always been average for the past month. So this video, again, was back in May. November 18th, I changed the thumbnail, and you can see there's like little teeter-totters here, and that's the 24-hour periods. But eventually, it stuck with the new thumbnail. YouTube was like, okay, this thumbnail is working well. Let's show it to more people, and instantaneously, 18,000 views, just like that. So TubeBuddy, absolutely fantastic tool. I do have an affiliate link down below, in which if you do choose to sign up with my affiliate link, I will get a commission, just as a disclaimer. But at the same time, use my code VVPBuddy to get 20% off TubeBuddy. It's such a fantastic tool. I have it on all my channels. I think I've paid for probably maybe 10 or 14 Legend licenses. But yeah, I have all my channels that I have just for myself or with my team here. I have TubeBuddy Legend licenses on all of our channels, and I think it's one of the reasons why we are ahead of our competition, partly. So now you may be thinking when to change out a thumbnail. Okay, the key point for when to changing out a thumbnail is when a video has died. So if you have a video that has gone into the algorithm, it was doing very well, consistently doing well, and all of a sudden it kind of like drops down a little, that's a trigger for when maybe you should change out that thumbnail. So something you guys may also be wondering is, what if a video is already in the algorithm? What if a video is already getting like 1,000 views per hour? So I have like number cutoffs in which I don't really base it on the number of views. Sorry, excuse me. I just had dinner, so quite bloated, but I don't base videos cutoff from when to changing out the thumbnail based on views. I more so base it off how much money it's currently making. So if a video, let's say, was at one point making like $30 to $150 a day, I wouldn't change it out. Okay, even if it was making like $10 a day, $5. But if at some point, let's say at the very least, it was making $10 a day or $5 a day, but now it's only making like $1 a day or even less. If a video is only making like $1 a day or less, you're better off trying to revive it and change out the thumbnail. So one of the rules of thumb that I follow is that for videos that are in the algorithm, I opt to change out the thumbnails only. This is important. But I usually never touch the metadata. So I never touch the titles, descriptions, or tags. I only simply change out the thumbnails. So That's one thing to keep in mind, because you don't want to alter a video's position in the algorithm if it's already in the algorithm. So changing out the thumbnails, that's not going to affect its position. I mean, technically it is, because if it has a better click-through rate, then YouTube's gonna show it more. But at the same time, if you're thinking that if you change out a thumbnail and then your video, if you change out if one of your videos is already in the algorithm and you change out the thumbnail, that doesn't mean that YouTube's gonna take it out of the algorithm. That's not what that means. That doesn't affect it that way. Thumbnails affecting a video being in the algorithm is based on the performance of the click-through rate. So click-through rate, whether it increases or decreases, that's what's going to determine whether your video stays in the algorithm or not. But simply changing the thumbnail, that's not going to take your video out of the algorithm. So don't be afraid of that. I change out thumbnails on videos that are in the algorithm all the time, looking to get a better CTR and such. But aside from that, this is the one change that I did to achieve results like this. So it doesn't have to be a dead channel. You can even think about it like this. What if the channel was already sitting at 200, and what if you were consistently at $200? I suggest you change out one of your thumbnails, especially a video that has worked before in the past, because you never know. That might be the one trigger that you need to go from $200 a day to $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day. You never know. There are a few more factors that come into play in which if the video topic is still relevant now. So I talked about changing out thumbnails that worked before previously. If that thumbnail that worked before previously is not relevant now, then it may not work now. You know, relevancy does play a factor. So it just happens to be that the videos whose thumbnail that I changed, it's an evergreen topic. It's still relevant today, so that's why, also partly why it worked. But aside from that, that's all I got for this video, everyone. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below. I'd be more than happy to help you out. If you're still watching this video, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm working hard at growing this channel and dropping as much knowledge as I can. Feel free to join the Facebook group. I'd love to talk to you and meet you on there. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.